where they wanted us to have 50+ ushers for a hip-hop concert. Meanwhile, Jim Aldean needed 3 people. Jason Aldean. People who know him call him Jim. Jason Aldean, my bad. Yeah. They had a lot less security, and meanwhile, administration was real heavy on us having administration for Tiger, and nothing happened. Meanwhile, Jason Aldean, 3 people got stabbed, so they didn't die, they just got stabbed.
All right, we kind of touched on this in the barbershop. Interracial dating. Ooh, don't nobody who want that question. How do you, as a black man, feel about interracial dating? I'm gonna need y'all to test that.
Speak up.
And y'all don't know, I am biracial. Alright.
We couldn't tell, brother. We couldn't tell.
Yeah, no. Anyways, I don't see it as a big deal. Again, it's character. It's all it is. It's not based off of, oh, this person's black, I gotta date this person because it's black. That's not how I feel. Like, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I know love does not have, like, dividing lines where, oh, it's gotta be the black person I gotta date because that makes no sense. Like, it's not how I saw it. It's not how my mom saw it. That's how it is.
I was talking with a good friend of mine recently, and I want you. I'm gonna keep it at this question right here. Talking with a good friend recently, and the gentleman is in an interracial relationship, and he was talking with somebody from the community, his home community, and the person said, it's a male I was talking to. The person said to him, "Poor black woman." In other words, she was saying all of the black men are getting with the white women. All of the successful black men are getting with the white woman. So poor black woman. Do you feel that that it's poor black woman, oh woe to the black woman? Like, how do you feel about that statement that a black woman thinks poor black woman? You've heard that before, right? That all black men are getting with white women?
Hey, I've heard that thousands of times, man. Crazy. Like, personally, like, I really don't agree with it. Like, there can't be that many black men that's fucked. I mean,
Hey, just got real, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the barbershop. Give it up for the barbershop, yo. You are in the barbershop. Let's go.
I'm just saying.
Let's go.
I'm just saying, like, whenever I hear that, I'm like, yo, they make it seem like all black men are, excuse my French, like fucking up in the world. Like, there's a lot of successful black men out there. It just happen to be in certain conditions. Like, especially here in the nine, there's just so many black females at this school. Like, it's hard to, come on, matchmaking is hard. Like, but then you add like the numbers and the statistics and all the other stuff. Like, probably he's just not into you.
Anybody else want to touch that?
Alright, I'm not against it or anything. Like, I have no problem if you date a white girl, but if you walk through the union and I see it, my first thought is, wow, like he couldn't stick with us? That's just my initial thought. Now, more importantly, if she don't look good, I feel like that's first and foremost, regardless of her color of skin. If she look good, it don't matter. If she don't, then that's probably when I'm gonna be like, oh wow, that's
Both of you make good points, because I'm going to touch on this one more than I'm going where Matt was going, but I've heard that, you know, if it is a good-looking white girl, then you did well. But I've heard some people say, but she just looks plain. There's nothing to her. There's nothing to her. What do you say? So does the white girl have to look good for it to be okay?
I don't know.
yes. Rule it, go ahead.
Me and D'Angelo's personal rule is, if you bring a white girl home, she gotta be bad.
She gotta be bad.
If you're gonna bring one, gotta be bad. If not, ain't no point in getting one.
Now, Matt was talking about the particular demographics on campus. I want to know, being a black man on this campus, do you feel that hinders you from gaining the college experience? You know, the college experience in the black culture, we have HBCUs, we have, you know, people who are part of fraternities, black fraternities. Do you feel that coming to UNI where there's a small number of black fraternities and sororities, do you feel like that hinders the college experience for you because there's not a lot of blacks?
Just a little bit, because it depends on the person. Like, personally, me, the older cats is like, man, all right, you're going to UNI, so there's not that many blacks on campus, so you better make the best of it. And it's like if you go for a white girl, man, go ahead. So, and it's really for me, my parents were like, okay, well, if you got a white girl, you got a white girl. And my grandparents were like, well, typically they're like, don't go mess with them, because usually a lot of trouble comes with them. Because I know a friend that was in college, and he got caught up with a white girl, and it wasn't a good look, and he's not at the school.
So wasn't a good look means it was bad for his future, right?
It was trouble.
Yeah, it was all trouble. Anybody else want to touch that? How about your college experience, being that you're one of a few black men on this campus?
Well, being from St. Louis, this is a real culture shock for me, because actually, I didn't think I was going to meet all these black people when I got here. I thought I was going to be like everybody white. I was going to be the only black person walking on campus. But I don't know. I did expect there to be black groups here when I did research. And the lack of did cause me to think, why didn't I go to Morehouse? I had the chance to go to Morehouse. I was like, why didn't I go? So, I don't know. I feel like we should have them on campus because it does add to the black college experience, because as black people, we need to have something where we can all bond together and do something, you know, and be with people of like mind and whatnot.
Let me keep it moving with this. A lot of people ask, in my role, it's very important for me to see black events on campus, but specifically this year, thanks to BSU and the support of the student body, there were probably over 20 events during Black History Month that surrounded black culture or something to do with black culture. And it was open to the public, but it had a lot to do with black culture. And a lot of people ask, you know, why are there so many events? Well, do you think that that's important for you to have events like that on campus? And then the second thing I want to touch is, what is the significance of Black History Month? I mean, we're free now, right? We got education, so why do we need to keep revisiting Black History Month? So you can touch any one of those questions or all of them.
I think Black History Month was a success for me, because I was part of the committee as well. But I think it was needed only because I think people forget that that's Black History Month. I mean, honestly, how many of y'all knew that was Black History Month? Like, just raise your hand.
It was February.
It's the shortest month. We good. We go.
Before they put that huge banner in, how many did y'all know it was Black History Month?
Okay, so hands went down. All right. So, I mean, it's just, I think people just forget. You know, I think that's exactly what we needed, though. Just an overwhelming amount of events where people just kind of think, oh, yeah, this is Black History Month. And so what are they going to do next year? I think that's what people are going to look forward to, and they're going to be prepared for it.
Why is that important? Why is Black History Month important for us? Why? Why keep having Black History Month?
I think it's just to educate people. I feel like, you know, like they go to class, like let's say in high school, you know, they didn't really have a course where they just talk about, oh, this is what black people did back then. And, you know, I learned as well, And they didn't really teach that in high school and kindergarten and, you know, elementary school and all that. So I think that's why it's necessary here. You know, why not? Come on, you know.
Anybody else want to touch the significance of Black History Month or the significance of the program?
For the Black History Month, I agree with Deshaun. It's to educate, but I think it's more just to remember, like, who came before us, who did what, and why we standing here where we are today. Like you said, we now can get education, this and that, but those people before us, had it not been for them, we wouldn't be sitting right here right now. So I feel like that's the reason for Black History Month.
So we're getting ready to open it up to the audience here, but it's important for us to recognize the point of the barbershop. As Deshaun just pointed out, that when you were in high school, when you were coming up K through 12, there were no classes specifically focused on Black history. You just focused on it for that month. And generally, you can identify the characters that we looked at. You know, your Dr. Martin Luther King, your Rosa Parks. So there was no form or channel to pass down Black history. So the barbershop is where history is passed down. You know, oral communication for centuries and centuries was the way that people passed down information. And the barbershop is just a conduit for that. That's a place to do that. So, as we go to open this up to the floor, this is your time to ask some questions that has been burning on your heart, or some just taboo things that you want to know about. This is your opportunity right here. So we're going to go ahead and open it up to the floor, and I really, really would like to use this microphone so everybody can hear you, so I don't have to keep repeating everybody. So if you have questions, come line up. Come on, let's get it. You can just line up right over here.